What's going on, YouTube world? My name is Ghiman Mckinney. I appreciate you guys for watching this video today. Be sure to smash this like button right now, as it does help these videos get to the public and the channel to grow. Subscribe to this channel if you're new as well. I do post a ton of great sports videos on here weekly and almost every single day if I can, and turn on post notifications too, so you don't miss a single video that I post. It's only right. You guys also can call me Juice, because that's my nickname. You guys read the title. My bold prediction is that Clemson is going to win the national championship this year once again. I am picking Clemson to repeat as national champions this year. I think we're just at a point now where we gotta give it up. Clemson's the best team this year to me. They're gonna roll through the schedule, and I expect Clemson at the end of the year to be hoisting another trophy, to be hoisting their third trophy in these past 4 seasons. Okay, I think Clemson is at that level. I actually think Clemson is going to be 15-0 at the end of that road. I see Clemson losing no games this year. I don't see them losing any games. They're just too good of a team. Their schedule's too weak, okay? The ACC is terrible, guys. And once Clemson gets into the playoffs, they're going to be able to beat pretty much every team that you throw out in front of them. Now, guys, I will get back to in a second of why I think Clemson is going to win the national championship this year. But later down the road in this video, once I get done talking about that, I'm going to discuss why I believe Clemson is going to be running college football and winning national championships year in and year out for the next 4, 5, 6, maybe even 7 seasons, guys. I don't see the Clemson Tigers program slowing down as far as competing for and winning national championships at all, guys. I don't see it happening. I think Clemson can go down as one of the greatest teams, if not the greatest team of all time. I think Clemson has a chance to win about 3 or 4 more national championships, down the road, these next 4, 5, 6, 7 seasons. I'll get to that in a little bit later in the video. But getting to my point, why is Clemson going to repeat this year, you might ask? The big reason is Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence, to me, is the best quarterback in all of college football. Trevor Lawrence absolutely balled out in the college football playoffs this past year versus Notre Dame and Alabama. He played pretty much flawless football, guys, as a true freshman. When I tell you this, let me tell you something. Trevor Lawrence actually can get better, guys. He can get better. The guy who just torched Nick Saban's defense, blew out Alabama's defense, okay, in the national championship game. He can get better, guys. He now has a full offseason to get stronger in the weight room. He has a full offseason to watch film. He has a full offseason to dissect plays. He has a full offseason to mentally prepare. He's not going through that, listen, as far as, being a top recruit in all college football, obviously if you're a good player, you're going to dominate in college football. But again, there's at some point at least an adjusting period at some point for any player, whether they're a 3-star player, a 2-star player, a 4 or 5-star player. There's at least at some point in the season an adjustment period from the high school level to the college level. Now Trevor Lawrence does not have to go through that, guys. The guy can watch all his film from last year and dissect what he did wrong. Clemson's going to open up their playbook for him this year. They're going to open up the entire playbook now that Trevor Lawrence has been in the offense for a full year. He now knows all the playbook, guys. He knows all the plays that Dabo Swinney wants him to be able to run. So to me, Trevor Lawrence, the best quarterback in all of college football, but he's easily going to be the number 1 overall pick when he comes out in the draft this, upcoming, not this year, but the next year after that in 2021. Trevor Lawrence is a stud. You gotta have a great quarterback to win games. I think Trevor Lawrence is that good. And honestly, guys, Clemson's schedule's easy. The ACC is terrible. Is Duke gonna challenge them? Is Virginia gonna challenge them? Is Miami gonna challenge them? Miami doesn't even have Tate Martell starting, guys. They're not gonna challenge Clemson. Okay, that's not gonna happen. Florida State. Willie Taggart, the guy's over his head. Willie Taggart's terrible. Willie Taggart sucks as a head coach. Listen, it has come to a point now where the ACC is so bad. The ACC is so bad that the Pac-12 is better than them. The Pac-12 is a better conference today than the ACC. That's sad. That is sad. It's a crime. The gap between Clemson and the second best team, potentially Syracuse, in the ACC. And again, looking at Clemson's schedule, they got to play South Carolina at South Carolina. They got to play Syracuse at Syracuse. They got to play Texas A&M at home. And while I do think 3 of those teams are very, very good, solid teams, especially Texas A&M, I just don't see them competing with Clemson. They don't have the players. They're not as good a team. And again, even if Clemson does lose a game this year, I don't see them missing out on the college football playoffs as long as they win the ACC, and that is doable because on the other side, they're going to be facing Miami. They're going to be facing Virginia. They're going to be facing one of those teams, something like that, and they will roll. They will roll over them teams. I don't see any of those teams beating Clemson. And again, guys, even if Clemson does have one loss in a weak conference where their strength of schedule is not very good, they are going to get the benefit of the doubt from the committee. And they rightfully should. Clemson rightfully should get the benefit of the doubt. They've won 2 of the past 3 national titles, guys. They're going to get the benefit of the doubt, okay? And again, I've not even gotten to how good this team is. And, I've talked about Trevor Lawrence. I've talked about their easy schedule. Let's talk about this actual roster. I mean, Dabo Swinney, what can I say? Dabo Swinney's one of the best head coaches in all college football. If I was a top recruit right now, I would want to play for Dabo Swinney. The guy is a great player. He's a great coach. I like his values. I like what he teaches to his players. He's obviously a guy that has big Christian beliefs. He believes in Jesus Christ, and I believe in Jesus Christ too. I rock with Dabo Swinney pretty hard. The guy's a great head coach, okay? But as far as the team goes, what team's better on paper? What team's better? Someone tell me. Alabama? You saw what they did in that. You saw what Alabama did in the national championship. Alabama laid an egg. They're not a better team than Clemson. Georgia's pretty good. I mean, they've recruited some 5-star players, but again, Georgia cannot even beat Alabama. Now, I'm going to pick Georgia to beat Alabama this year, but again, they haven't done it this year. So again, until they beat Alabama, I can't see them competing with the defending national champs. And again, Ohio State, to me personally, Ohio State, they're going to match up well with any team they play this year. Ohio State has the NFL wide receivers. They have the NFL defensive back. They have the NFL linebackers. Ohio State's a very good team to me this year. Ohio State's going to ball out this year. I think Ohio State wins the Big Ten. I think they get into the playoffs. And even if they don't, if Michigan or Oregon gets into the playoffs, I mean, Michigan can't even beat Florida, guys. I mean, is Michigan going to beat Clemson? No. Is Oregon or Washington going to beat Clemson? No. That's not going to happen, okay? Clemson, their offensive line is elite. They have NFL wide receivers. Justin Ross and T. Higgins are NFL wide receivers, okay? They have arguably the best running back in all college football, maybe not named Jonathan Taylor, and Travis Etienne. And again, guys, I understand people are a little bit concerned that they lost some key players on defense. I totally get it. Clelin Ferrell, Dexter Lawrence, Austin Bryant. They lost a ton of great players. But Clemson, just like Ohio State, just like Alabama, just like LSU, just like Georgia now even, they lose NFL players, they bring in NFL players. It's all through recruiting, guys. It's all through recruiting. Xavier Thomas, he's going to be one of the 3 best. He's going to be a top 3 pick when he comes out in the draft. They got Justin Foster. They got KJ Henry. They got a ton of great recruits, hungry and waiting to play on the defensive line. Pretty much the backups for Clemson could play at 90% of the Division I schools in America. They can start at 90% of the Division I schools in America. Okay, the backups for Clemson. Okay, Clemson has enough great players to win games. Okay, they are a great team. And again, guys, to me, Clemson can win in multiple ways. That's one thing Clemson can do. They can win in multiple ways. If they need to put up 30 or 40 points, Trevor Lawrence and that offense is going to put up 30 or 40 points. If they need to pound you running the ball, they're going to be able to pound you running the ball. If Clemson needs to get into a defensive shootout with teams, I see them being able to do it. I see Clemson being one of the 10 best defensive teams in all college football this year. And again, guys, like I said, Alabama, Tua's good, but in Tua's biggest games, Tua chokes versus LSU, versus Georgia, versus this Clemson team last year, versus Mississippi State. Tua Tagovailoa was terrible. In Tua Tagovailoa's biggest games versus his biggest competition, Tua Tagovailoa is a lesser version of himself. And again, guys, I don't even see Alabama winning their conference this year. So again, I got to cancel out Alabama. Georgia, they're good, but they're not there quite yet. Ohio State's good, but they're not quite there yet. Michigan, don't get me started on Michigan. Michigan can't even beat Florida. They can't even beat Ohio State. They get blown out by those teams. I don't want to hear about Michigan competing with Clemson. Oklahoma, they have no defense. Oklahoma's defense going up against Trevor Lawrence? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's the mismatch of the century, guys. If Trevor Lawrence has to go up against Oklahoma's defense, man, that's crazy. And again, guys, like I said, I do think Clemson's going to go undefeated this year. I don't see them losing any games. I think at the end of the year, we will be looking at Clemson winning 30 straight games. This team's just dominant, guys. Okay, but now that we've established why Clemson, in my humble opinion, is going to win the national championship this year. By the way, be sure to comment who you think is going to win the national championship this year and why in the comment section. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. But getting to my point, to me, Clemson's not done winning national championships, guys. They're just not. They're not. You know, I'm an Ohio State fan. I hate to say it, but again, I just don't think Clemson's going to slow down. I don't think Clemson is slowing down at all these next 3 or 4 or 5 seasons. I don't see it. I see that train continuing to roll over and steamroll opponents year after year after year. Until the ACC is competitive, until a team other than Syracuse has to step up, Clemson's going to win that conference every year. They're going to be in the playoffs pretty much every year. Okay, that conference is a joke. The gap between Clemson and the second best ACC team is the Grand Canyon, guys. And again, Clemson has won 2 of the past 3 national championships, right? Okay, Clemson. You might say, well, the reason why they did it was because they got 4 and 5 star players pretty much every year. And while they do get 4 and 5 star players pretty much every year, I want to tell you something right now. These past 4 seasons, you know, for recruiting for Clemson, they have not even had a top 5 recruiting class. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. Clemson, without getting a top 5 recruiting class these past 4 years, has won 2 national championships. This year in 2020, they're on pace to have one of the best recruiting classes of all time in all of college football history, guys. In all of history, Clemson right now has 6 5-star players committed to their team for the 2020 season. Okay, 6 5-star players. Some teams don't even get 6 5-star players to come to them over a 2 or 3 year span, guys. Clemson's going to bring in 6 5-star players this next coming year. Clemson has won 2 of the last 3 national championships without getting top recruits. Now they're getting the top recruits. Now players want to come play for Dabo Swinney. Now they want to come play for Clemson. You want to know why? Because players like to win. They want to hop on the wave. They want to hop on the bandwagon, okay? And Clemson puts a ton of players in the NFL. Who doesn't want to play for Clemson now? You know, I love Nick Saban. I wouldn't want to play for Nick Saban. Well, I would take that back. I would love to play for Nick Saban, but as far as choosing between Dabo Swinney and Nick Saban right now, as far as my personal preference, I would choose Dabo. I think Dabo provides a more family atmosphere to his football program than one Nick Saban. Now again, I've not been in a locker room. I'm not playing college football. That's just my personal preference. But again, players want to go play for Clemson now, guys. They want to hop on that wave. Okay, Clemson, they're not slowing down. They are just now starting to get a top 5 recruiting class. They're just now starting to get the best recruits in all of America. So these next 4, 5, 6 years, I expect Clemson to win about 3 or 4 national championships. I really do. Until Ohio State, which look, I do think that teams like Georgia, Ohio State, you know, Oklahoma, you know, I do think those teams have a shot to knock off Clemson, you know, some of those years in between. Even Alabama too. Alabama still with Nick Saban, with the recruits they bring in, they're gonna be there pretty much every year. But again, Clemson is not slowing down, guys. They're not going anywhere. Trevor Lawrence still has 2 more years of college football left, okay? He can't, you know, go to the draft until 2 more seasons, okay? So again, for me, you have to realize something. Clemson was winning national championships without top 5 recruiting classes. Now they have the top 5 recruiting classes. Now they're getting the best players in America to come play for them. They weren't getting the best players to come play for them in America, you know, undisputedly at least. Obviously, they got recruits. You know, they obviously got Deshaun Watsons. They obviously got Trevor Lawrences. Obviously, they got, you know, Justin Rosses. They got Xavier Thomases. Again, you get the point. But again, as a totality of a full recruiting class, Clemson's never gotten a top 5 recruiting class. Okay, these past 4 seasons. Now they have that. Now they have the best players. They're in a weak conference. A conference where they're going to be in the playoffs each year. Clemson's dynasty is not slowing down. Clemson is the next dynasty, guys. It's just gotten to that point. Clemson will dominate college football for the next 4, 5, 6, 7 seasons. And until further notice, Clemson will be winning national championships and competing for them year in and year out. Be sure to comment where you agree with me, where you disagree with me. I love to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video today. Be sure to smash this like button right now if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my channel if you're new as well. I do post a ton of great sports videos weekly and almost every single day if I can. A fun fact about me is I want to go into the sports broadcasting and media world. I want to become one of the next great sports broadcasters and analysts out in the world. Kind of like Colin Cowherd, Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp. You get the point. Okay, I want to do sports, television, and radio for a full living once I graduate from the University of Toledo, a college in Northern Ohio. I currently am a freshman there right now. So the best thing you guys can do to just help me continue to grow as a young broadcaster is to just share this channel with all your friends, because potentially if this channel really gets somewhere, I want to start my own network, okay? Or potentially if it doesn't, or if I fall a little bit short, I want to go into a big time network like ESPN or Fox Sports 1. So the best thing you guys can do to just flat out just help me grow as a broadcaster, help me learn, get other people hip to this channel, just share this channel with all your friends, share this channel on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, all that good stuff. Also, be sure to follow me on all my social media platforms. And once again, guys, just share this channel with everyone you know. Get everyone hipped and watching these videos. Get my voice out there and heard. Share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, all that good stuff. It's been your boy, Ghiman Mckinney, or you can just call me Juice. I appreciate all you guys for tuning in today. I really do. Have a God bless day. Stay motivated, you guys, and I'm out.